Chukwudi-Madu chose innovative planning, and we are fortunate to hear an incredible Level 5 speech today where she will prepare to speak professionally. She is a strategically minded finance professional with over 9 years experience and proven success in business partnering, cost management, process improvement, and financial and performance management. She's a certified project manager and chartered banker who loves to read books and dance and enjoys traveling, volunteering, watching movies and sports, and, like our fellow energetics members, enjoys laughing. She strives to put smiles on the faces of people around her. Chidi joined Toastmasters in 2016 as a chartered member of the AWN Toastmasters Club and has served as VP Membership and VP Ed, and was back-to-back president of her club until the recent officer turnover. Currently, she is the Program Quality Director for Division F, District 94, for last year and this year, and is currently the Area Director for New Area 1, Division F, District 94. To tell us about the objectives and timing of her speech, please welcome her evaluator, Vineet.
Thanks, Rebecca. So the purpose of her speech is to practice and presenting a longer speech. She has been working to build the skills necessary to engage an audience for an extended period of time. And her speech time is 18 to 22 minutes. Thanks.
Thank you, Vineet. Please welcome Chidi Chukwudi-Madu, Reach Out, Breakout, Reach Out, Breakout, Chidi Chukwudi-Madu.
There are two types of people in this world. Those who make people happy when they walk into a room, and those who make people happy when they walk out of a room. What category do you fall in? The Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It was about 8 p.m. when her son, who was asthmatic, developed some symptoms and needed to be taken to the hospital. This woman thought about what to do and felt she needed to reach out to certain people to come to her aid. She picked up her phone and called her neighbor who had a car. Unfortunately, her neighbor told her he had no fuel in his car. She called her pastor, who told her he had some visiting pastors from the US and he could not go out, leaving them alone in his house. She thought about what to do. She could not afford to lose her only son to the same illness that took her husband. So she carried him on her back and took off to the hospital. She was a clear definition of Mahatma Gandhi's quotes. And he said that strength, it's not by physical capacity, rather, it is by sheer determination. Now, Mahatma Gandhi was an Indian activist who believed so much in helping others. This woman took off. Along her way, she met people, different people coming back from work, people going about their business. She tried to reach out for them again for help, but they all ignored her. She tried to flag down cars driving, and something very incredible, this woman, a madman who was known to roam the streets, saw her. He ran towards her. He perfectly understood what she meant, because he could see the son, Captain, was struggling for breath. The woman, who was tired at this point, just pointed towards the direction of the hospital. even need her to say anymore. He picked the boy, put him on his shoulders, and ran off to the hospital. On getting to the hospital, the doctors and nurses, seeing the madman run in, knew something was definitely wrong. So they set off to save this young man's life. Some 20 minutes down the line, the boy's mother arrived at the hospital. The doctor approached her and said, if he had been brought in 5 minutes after he would not have made it. This woman was overcome. She was overwhelmed with so much emotion. She was glad indeed that she definitely did not lose her son. Now, remember what I said about the two categories of people in this world? And my question about the category you fall under. Revisit it again. Where do you fall? Category A or B? Now, category A, those who make people happy when they walk into a room. In my story, it's depicted by the madman who reached out to this woman and helped her without expecting anything in return from her. He saw someone in need. He did not wait to be told. And he offered himself. Or category B, those who make people happy when they walk out of the room. In my story, the neighbor, the pastor, people walking on the street, the car drivers who paid her no attention. We need to think and decide what impact we want to have in people's life, positive or negative. When I say impact, it means to give yourself to the service of others. Do you know that helping others is not just for their own good or a good thing to do? Certainly not. It helps you, the helper, the giver, makes you happier and healthier. A happy man is said to be a healthy man. An unhappy man, you know how it goes. In this age and time, we have forgotten the whole essence of community, the whole essence of relationship. We're all enclosed in our own cocoons. We become so self-absorbed that we forget that no man is meant to be an island. Man by nature is a social animal. So why can't we put ourselves out there and impact lives positively? The pandemic is on. Let's look beyond the negativities that it has brought with it and look to the positives. It has taught us once again to find solace amongst ourselves. I know of a lot of people who have reached out to long-term friends that they probably would never have remembered. Some out of boredom, because they've been locked up in their homes and felt the need to reach out to someone, to pick up your phone and you call. Someone who probably you've not spoken to in the past 4 or 5 years. The pandemic has brought us together. Although we are apart, we're together. And you know what is said, we are always stronger when we are together. We do not need to think about what we get to gain when we help people. Because you definitely will gain a lot. I'm not telling you to wait until tomorrow or next week or next year to begin to offer yourself to people. No. Rather, you need to start now. Start today. Some years back, I did a research when I was going to do a presentation in the office about time management. And I categorized humans into 3. I termed my topic, the habits of highly successful procrastinators. Because it's incredible how much as humans we can procrastinate. We get to put off things we should do today for tomorrow. Why? If you don't do it now, when then will you do it? Because you decide to do and you don't start off immediately, chances are you will never get to do those things. So don't wait until tomorrow. Because the truth is, now, today, is the only thing you're sure of. Tomorrow is called the future. It's a gift. You have no control over what will happen then, but you can control what you do now. So reach out to someone today. Light a match in that person's heart and watch how it grows. I told you about the procrastinators. There are those who will do their job and attempt their activity as it comes due. These are the good guys. And there are those who would leave all their tasks until the 11th hour, such that when they have something to do, and you remember, oh, it's almost time. Taking it to someone who has a speech to present at a Toastmasters meeting. You have not written your speech, you have not rehearsed. And then some 30 minutes to the start of the meeting, you suddenly realize, I'm supposed to give a speech today. And you begin to run around, helter-skelter, like the mice in the blind, groping, trying to just put together some thoughts because you just want to speak. There are those I call the weekend slackers. These ones will leave their jobs or their activities until the very last day. You keep telling themselves, oh, there's time, there's time, there's time, there's time. These are almost called, they're called guys in the 11th hour. And then the grandfather or grandmother, or however you want to categorize them, of them all. These are the perpetual slackers. This category of people, even when the deadline is passed, they are still procrastinating. That's why I'm telling you, do not wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until next year or next week. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm going to do, no, do it now. Do it today. Because today is the only time or the only thing you have control over. I've learned over time that giving ourselves to others helps us build communities. It helps us to build a happier society. It helps us to spread positivity. Elizabeth Dunn, a Canadian social psychologist, had said that helping others is good, but there's how to do it. So if you want to help somebody, do not do it with arrogance. And do not carry yourself as though you are better than that person. No. Do not do it when it is convenient for you, especially when it would have no positive impact on the person you're trying to help. Do it with love. Do it with passion. Do it with understanding. So that the person you're reaching out to will understand that, yes, this person has my interest at heart. There's no need to carry ourselves with so much importance as though we are better than the person beside us. That's an illusion. The illusion of feeling better, the illusion of being better. No, it shouldn't exist with us. Because the only thing it will do is spread negativity. We certainly do not want that. There's a saying that without tenderness, a man is uninteresting. In this case, not just a man, even a woman will be interesting. This saying was by a German actress, Marlene Dietrich. Imagine two men, huge, with bulging muscles, and tattoos all over, and you see them. Your first impression is, these guys are scary. And then these two men, A and B, you see Mr. A reach out and having maybe a young girl beside him crying for her mother. And he reaches out, carries her, and calms her. At that instant, your thoughts or your belief about Mr. A would change completely. You begin to see him as less of a monster who is scary and more of a human. Because you're seeing the emotional part of him. From me to you today, reach out, touch someone positively, be the match that lights up a spark. We're used to saying that we want the world to be a better place. We tend to forget that the better place starts with us. So in your community, in your environment, your circle of influence, bring the change, reach out, spread love, see how positivity breaks out and cascades down to the larger community. You know, as Toastmasters, we understand the concept of time management. And if I should take the words of Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of America, he said that time is money. And I know that we certainly do not like to waste money. An adage in Igbo land where I'm from says that a man who wastes your time wastes your life. Because time is the currency of life. Everyone has 24 hours. What matters, what creates the difference is what you do with your 24 hours. Do you just sit and wallow in your own space within you and not share? Or do you reach out and leave an impact on others? The people who remember today are certainly not those who held back. The Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Benjamin Franklin, these people did not just hoard what they know or what they have. They reached out, they touched lives. Do you want to be remembered for something good? Do you want to be remembered for something positive? Or do you just want to pass through life without letting life pass through you? I'm not just saying this or telling you this for the sake of talking, or because I just want to speak. Because I could have spoken on just about any other topic. But the world we live in today requires that will be the change we want to see. That will be that positive factor in the midst of all the negativities around us. That we spread love, which would then spread happiness. Do you want to see a change? Do you want to make an impact? We are Toastmasters. As we come to Toastmasters to learn to be better communicators, better leaders, it goes beyond that. Because how can you be a good leader? How can you be an effective leader if people cannot remember you for something positive? Reaching out to people is not about money. I mentioned money, yes, but it's not just about money. You can give your time. You can give a shoulder to cry on to someone. You can give a listening ear. It could be a thought. It could be anything. It could just be a smile. Have you noticed that when you're having a bad day and someone just smiles at you, it lights up your world instantly. So when next you're walking on the road, or someone calls you on the phone, do not frown. Smile. Because the person at the other end will feel your smile, and you definitely would have impacted that person positively. And go on and tell you things about reaching out, and tell you things about giving yourself. And I'm sure you understand, I'm sure you get it. So I leave you with a charge today. Reach out. Break out of your cocoon and see how much love and positivity you spread to the world. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Chidi.